Welcome back to Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing Rockin' Fights 22 from the Paramount Theater in Huntington, Long Island. The fighters are in the ring. This one is going to be a heavyweight bout. Jerry, let's take a look at the tail of the tape.
These guys are evenly matched. They're undefeated. Two guys. Obviously, Arias is only 24. Hammer Tree is 29. Listen, it's a heavyweight division. Anything can happen. I'm very excited about this fight.
Let's throw it up to ring announcer David Diamante and get this one started.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Paramount here in Huntington, New York, we are set to go with our next bout of the evening, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing. At the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Pat Sullivan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of boxing scheduled in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he wears the black with gold. He weighed in at 213.8 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 6 fights, 6 victories, all 6 wins coming by way of knockout. From Ocala, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome James, the Sledge Hammertree. Hammertree. And his opponent across the ring fighting out on the red corner. He wears white and gold. He weighed in at a ready 233.4 pounds. His professional record, also a perfect one. 4 fights, 4 victories, 3 of them coming by way of knockout. From the Bronx, New York, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gentleman George Arias. Arias.
Hey. All right, fighters, you've been given instructions in the dressing room, all right? 3 things I say: respect the sport, respect the rules, and show respect for each other. Protect yourself at all times, all right? Touch the bell, touch the gloves, come out bell fighting.
And we got to keep our eye on this, Randy. We got to keep our eye on this one, Randy, because these guys are big bangers. There's a lot of confidence. Looks like in these guys, they've all got all but nothing but knockouts and wins.
And the man fighting in the black trunks with the yellow waistband, one of our favorite last names, Hammertree. James Hammertree against George Arias. And Jerry, you're right. Heavyweights, especially in the first round when they got 100% of their gas in the tank.
And Arias looks a little bit out there.
No question that they're both strong, Jerry. I think there's a little what I call chunk on the trunk of Arias.
I think he's got a lot of skill. He's got a lot of talent. Looks like Joe Frazier a little bit, right? Weaving underneath there, working that body.
Big, strong guys. Let's see if either one throws many more than 1 or 2 jabs in the round. But, Jerry, they're toe-to-toe.
And I think Hammertree's never ran into somebody like this. This guy's working some great body shots. Looks like Joe Frazier. Throwing punches like Joe Frazier. Nice left hook by Arias. He's moving in. Can he sustain this for a long period of time? We don't know, but he's working some great body shots of Hammertree.
This one is scheduled for 4 rounds. Do not leave your seats. Don't go get a drink. Don't go to the refrigerator. These guys are on each other from the opening bell. George Arias in the white trunks, James Hammertree in the black trunks.
A nice right uppercut by James Hammertree.
Oh, that left hook and then a right hand by Arias.
Arias is swarming him. Another left hook by Arias. Hammertree comes right back.
And they bull into each other. Jerry, that could have easily been a headbutt.
They've been banging heads a little bit so far. I think Hammertree's a little bit more green than Arias.
Well, Jerry, we've talked about feeling out rounds, and we've seen plenty of them.
We got none here tonight.
This is not one of them.
Now you see Hammertree's leading with his head. His head is wide open. His hands are down. Very bad in the heavyweight division, in any division. But these are 2 rookie guys, and Hammertree is going to be careful he doesn't get hit with a nice overhand right or left hook.
So when you said his head is down, you mean in close, he's looking down at the floor?
No, you see his hands are down right now. His hands are low.
Oh, so
his
you meant
face
his
is
head
wide
is
open.
down. Okay.
But his head is up in the air, looking up with nothing, no cover.
Yeah, you never, as a trainer, want to see a guy with his chin up in the air. Final 20 seconds of the opening round. Heavyweight bout. James Arias in the white. George Arias in the white. James Hammertree in the dark trunks, yellow waistband.
I'll have to give the round to Arias, but Hammertree's coming back.
Final seconds. Opening round. Don't go away. This one is electric all the way.
Wow.
And Jerry, right from the opening bell, let's take a look at the replay here. These guys have been on each other.
And they sure have, Randy. They've been banging from pillar to post. These guys are fighting. Nice right hand by Arias. Hammertree came up with a nice uppercut there. And they're putting a lot of pressure on, a lot of steam. For these rookie guys, can their endurance hold up? That's what we got to see. Nice right hands by both these guys. Exciting first round.
Here we go. Start of round number 2. Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing Rockin' Fights 22. We got a heavyweight bout. George Arias in the white. James Hammertree in the black trunks, yellow waistband. It was a close first round, action first round. Both of us thought that Arias won that
But
round.
Hammertree was coming on towards the end of the first round, and it looks like he's continuing it in the second round here.
Jerry,
Nice jab.
You used the word
Hammertree.
before, conditioning. I mean, these guys could easily, and it happens with heavyweights more so than others because their muscles are so heavy, they run out of gas. They punch themselves right out.
And the
I
excitement.
wonder.
And the excitement, you outpunch yourself. You got to pace yourself. I always tell the guys, save some for the last round.
George Arias from right here in the Bronx.
Nice right hand by Arias.
Hammertree from Ocala, Florida.
What a name, Hammertree.
I love that name for a fight.
And a couple of guys, there's nice, great body shots by Arias. Great pot, nice uppercut. Nice hook by Hammertree. Nice combination, Hammertree's coming right back. Wow, what power punch is being thrown here tonight?
Arias loading up on his shots, takes a few to the head as he comes
Oh,
in.
nice
Hard
hook.
by Arias.
And here's where Arias got to be careful not to outpunch himself. He's throwing some big haymakers in there, big haymakers, but he's missing a lot of them now.
It just takes one, Jerry.
Hammertree is coming back. Hammertree is coming back.
And Hammertree holds on.
Arias is winded. Arias is winded.
Still over a minute to go in round number 2, scheduled for 4.
What I like what Arias is doing, he's working the body very well. He's getting inside, then he's coming over the top. You got to give it to Hammertree. He's a tough kid.
Referee Pat Sullivan almost jumped in for a count.
Hammertree's doing a smart thing. He's holding on. They hit with a nice right hand there by Arias.
Do you think he's hurt, Jerry?
I do think he's tired and hurt. Nice right hand by Hammertree. Whoa!
They are just loading it up. This is the Golden Gloves.
This is unbelievable. What a great competitive fight here.
And Jerry,
Again,
conditioning is going to tell, like you said.
you better believe it. We got a couple more rounds. Thank God they're only going 4. But another great matchup by
Ron Katz did it again.
Thank God that Hammertree's weaving pretty good on there. He's not getting caught with all those big fights. He's coming right back.
As we head to the final 10 seconds of the second round, you're going to hear the rap on the ring with 5 seconds to go. Round number 2, put it in the books. Jerry, here are the bombs in
Wow.
round number 2.
These guys are just unbelievable. The shots they're taking and they're absorbing and they're giving back. And thank God Hammertree is bobbing and weaving pretty good. Not there in this couple of punches, but he's standing up to it. And listen, this Arias is a great puncher. A lot of knockouts on his record. Look at that, he's standing up. Well, he got banged there a little bit, but he did not fall on his
almost went down.
You don't trade. Stop trading. You're too fast for him. Make your pivots now. Give me this. Right? Jab. You get tired, get on your toes and jab. Watch it. He's trying to slug you.
Here's where the real man comes up.
Shorten up, go for the neck with your hooks and uppercuts. Come in there, we gotta get smoke.
That's easy work. Right? You told me after the first round you're good.
He's saying you got to stay up there, keep them hands up, and you got to bang the body. You got to fire back and step off. Don't stay in front of this guy. This guy's a tremendous puncher.
Jerry, you saw Arias at the end of the second round with his hands on the rope, sitting down. Do you like that, or does it matter to you?
No, I think it's good to have your hands down, let the blood flow to revive yourself. I mean, you got the oxygen going through your body. And here comes Hammer Tree is firing back.
I've given the first 2 rounds to George Arias. Jerry, how do you see it?
I saw it the same way. I mean, he's just throwing some devastating body shots, opening up Hammer Tree for the upstairs, and he's been connecting, but Hammer Tree's hanging in there. He's firing back. 2 tough guys. Nice, tremendous right hand.
That was possibly the best punch of the night by George Arias. And Hammer Tree took it well right on the cheek.
And Arias looks a little bit tired. He's not putting the pressure on as much anymore.
And now he's on the rope for the first time. And they take a respectful breather. This time they're not on each other. They let each other take the breather.
Right, and obviously you see the more talented of the 2 fighters is Arias. He's got a lot more ability. He's a pretty strong little puncher. The other guy, listen, Hammer Tree's got a lot of guts, but he's absorbing a lot of punishment. And firing back.
This is round number 3 of a heavyweight bout. George Arias in the white trunks, James Hammer Tree in the black.
And here's where they start to say I should have ran a little bit more in the preparation for this fight, but 2 tough guys. Nice right hand by both exchange.
And Jerry, it's very true. If they haven't done their homework,
nice left hook by Arias.
The doubt creeps in, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're not in shape, you're thinking about it, and especially this young in your career, you worry about the fights. This can happen, that can happen. You get tired before you get in there, and then you absorb some of these shots, and you just thought, wow, you feel like you're behind. You got to catch up.
Under 1 minute to go.
Nice left hand by Hammer Tree and a hook by Arias.
And Jerry, in the fights that Hammer Tree has had, and he's had 6 fights, he won his first fight a 2nd round knockout. In all the rest of his fights, he's won on first round
that's
knockout.
That's very bad.
He is learning tonight.
And he's in with a tough guy, a good puncher. He's got a lot of guts. Look at him, he's got that rope-a-dope, he's running around
nice
like
move
Muhammad
by
Ali.
Arias.
Looks a little bit like Muhammad Ali. He's got a mix of Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier.
Trying to impress the judges with a little bit of boxing right now. Final seconds, round number 3. Jerry, action from round number 3.
And another sensational fight. You got to give it to Mr. Arias. He's just bobbing and weaving onside. Nice left hook to the head right there. Listen, Hammer Tree's hanging in there, but he's not able to.
And let's go to the corner of James Hammer Tree.
So this is time now. There's no more tomorrow. No more tomorrow.
I'm letting him go.
Okay.
3 minutes. I can do anything for 3 minutes.
Testing now for 3 minutes. When you come down, then you need to come with the uppercut and the hook. Okay?
Yes, sir. Hey,
Hold it.
how am I doing?
Of course you're gonna do it.
He's saying, boy, you got to go out there and fight hard to win this round, to get this decision. And unfortunately, he's in there with a tough guy. You saw it. Arias moving around. The ring gentlemanship he just showed there is how fighters win the round. He won the round fully, that last round 3. It's 3-0. I see it in my book, Randy. You?
And yes, I've got 3-0 also, but if that last round for some reason should have been closer, if it should have gone to Hammer Tree, then if Hammer Tree wins this round, it could be a draw. So let's see what happens, how hard Hammer Tree can break.
Now you see Hammer Tree's hands are way down. He's getting killed with those haymakers of Arias. You got to keep the hands up. You just got to keep your hands up. His hands are way down low.
Jerry, this is one of those fights where I always like to say, I don't know how much they're getting paid, but it's not enough.
Hammerdree's fighting back, but his hands are way too low. And listen, Arias is throwing the haymakers. He's got a lot of skills. He's a good athlete, and he's taking the fight to him. He's catching with those large, solid shots.
And veteran referee Pat Sullivan doing a nice job letting them work on the inside, work their way out of it. And surprisingly, there really hasn't been many clinches like you see there, and the referee had to break him on that one.
Well, we've seen a lot from Arias. He can come in, give you the Joe Frazier style, or he can move around like Ali did. So he's got some talent. He's not that young of a guy, but he's in a good game. I think he's going to go someplace.
Well, Jerry, he's thrown all those haymakers at the head. Would you like to see him bring those shots down to the body?
And he does at times. He does it to end it around. He's trying to get a knockout here, but I agree. You got to bang the body. The hands come down, but this guy's hands are down anyway, wide open. But they're both two very tough guys. It's an exciting fight for the fans.
We just passed the midway point of the fourth and final round. Those short hooks, all aimed to the head by George Arias.
He's absorbing too much, Hammerdree is. He's trying.
What an entertaining fight this has been, Jerry. But this round, I think Hammerdree, you see a lot of the power coming off his shots as we are under 1 minute to go in the fight.
Nice exchange of punches there. Unfortunately, Arias is one landing the more devastating punches.
It's funny, there's a big screen behind us, and Hammerdree just looked up to kind of watch the fight.
Let's watch himself. Nice jab by Hammerdree. Nice body shots by Arias. Nice bobbing and weaving. I like it. I like the action.
Nice right hand by Arias, and he's walked into a corner. I think that one hurt Hammerdree. About 15 seconds to go.
He's looking for his corner for help, Hammerdree is, and it's a little too late for that.
Final seconds of the fight. Here's the wrap, 5 seconds and under.
Nice right hand by
Put this
Arias.
in the
Nice
book.
hook.
Tremendous bout we just saw here on Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing Rockin' Fights. 22 from the Paramount Theater in Huntington, New York. We'll be back with the decision in just a moment. Welcome back to the Paramount Theater in Huntington, Long Island, New York, to Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing Rockin' Fights 28, waiting for the decision on this 4-round heavyweight bout. Let's walk to ring announcer David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action here at the Paramount, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout identically, 40-36, all for your winner by unanimous decision. From the Bronx, New York, gentlemen, George Arias.
You know, Randy, this guy's got some personality, George Arias, from the Bronx. A lot of personality.
No question about it. A very happy winner, and I think he learned a lot from this fight. I think James Hammerdree also learned a lot from this.
And there you go. This kid's got some personality, this George Arias. We're going to see a lot of fun things with him. I hope he stays in the game and develops. And the other kid is going to nothing to be ashamed about. He fought his ass off. He worked hard, and he's got to go back to the drawing board.
No question about it. And who knows, Jerry? The way the heavyweight division is, and this is entertaining, but George Arias wins it on a unanimous decision now. 5-0 with 3 knockouts. We'll be back with more Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing Rockin' Fights 22. Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing is brought to you by The Inn at Fox Hollow, Modell's Sporting Goods, Camelot Specialty Limos, Anti-3 Protect Series, KO5M, PAL Environmental Services, Masterpiece Construction, Power Play International, WBAB, Laborers Local 66, Operating Engineers Local 138, and MagnaCare. Welcome back to Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing Rockin' Fights 22. The fighters are in the ring. Luis Franco against Tyrone Lucky. Jerry, take us through the tale of the tape.
Well, here these guys are pretty long in the game. Good records, 13-1, and I think that the confidence goes to Luis Franco in this fight.
Here we
Miami,
go.
Florida.
Let's get up to David Diamante.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in the junior lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears black with red trim. He weighed in at 129.8 pounds. His professional record, 8 victories, 5 defeats, 2 draws. He has 6 wins coming by way of knockout. From Neptune, New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tyrone Hands of Stone Lucky. Lucky. And his opponent across the ring, he's fighting out of the red corner. He wears the red and blue. He weighed in at a ready and even 130 pounds. His professional record, 13 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw, and 9 wins coming by way of knockout. From Miami, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Luis La Estrella Franco. Franco.
And Eddie Claudio brings them to the center of the ring.
Okay, both trunks are fine. Okay, Luis, aquí. Tyrone, right here. We went over the instructions. Te di la instrucción en el camerino. I want you to obey my command. Quiero que me obedezca lo que te diga. Let's have a good fight. Catch up.
You know, Randy, both these guys are great punchers. A lot of knockouts on their scorecard. So, looking for an exciting fight.
Referee Eddie Claudio, he is a veteran. You like to have a veteran in there, especially when you have two guys who could punch like this, and they tend to both of them start their first rounds a little bit on the wild side. Let's see if they go right at each other tonight. Lucky in the black trunks with the red stripes, and the man in the red with the blue waistband is Luis Franco.
And they're filling each other out with the jab, long jabs.
And once again, as is their history, both guys don't like to feel out. They like to come right out, work behind the jab, and work their way in. Both guys very decent punchers. Lucky with an 8-4-2 record with 6 knockouts. And Luis Franco with a 12-1-1 record. He has knocked out 9 of his opponents.
Franco's got some nice body point, left hooks to the body there today. Threw a couple nice short left uppercuts in there.
Jerry, do you think body punching is a lost art?
I think it is. I think in the amateur boxing, it's more hitting the head, and there's not a lot of body shots. And I think the amateurs really stop hitting to the body. But I think it's got to come back. I think it's starting to come back.
And I do think I got to agree with you. In the amateurs, so many times, guys were landing so many body shots, and the judges were not scoring them, and they took that into the pros with them.
And the only thing is that, you know, body shots help drop the hands, make the opponent weary, and opens up the upstairs. So I think it's a lost art, but it's coming back.
Luis Franco talking about body shots, a couple of nice stiff jabs right there. This one is scheduled for 8 rounds in the 130-pound division, the junior lightweight division.
And they're doing a good job feeling each other out right now. I mean, I think that they're both boxers and they're trying to find their way in. And they are working themselves in right now, so.
Another nice body shot by Luis Franco. Yeah, you see that right hand to the side.
Lucky's staying outside using that jab. I mean, he's got a nice left jab. He's got to follow it up with a right hand and left hook. Nice combination there by Lucky. You know, it's one thing great about this matchmaker here out in Huntington. They put on very evenly matched bouts.
Well, Ron Katz is the matchmaker of Star Boxing. And for years, Ron has been doing this. About 40 years he's been in the business. One of the very best, not just of today.
Nice left hook at the bell by Lucky.
And Jerry, that was a surprising feeling out round. Well, let's see what happens in round number 2. We'll be back with more Star Boxing after this. Welcome back to the Paramount Theater in Huntington, Long Island. Joe DeGuardia's Rockin' Fights 22. This is a junior lightweight bout scheduled for 8 rounds. In somewhat of a feeling out first round, these guys are jumping on each other right here in round number 2.
And you know what happens when they start jumping on it? They leave themselves open. And Mr. Franco just caught Lucky with a nice right hand.
In that first round, and it's quite unofficial, I had Luis Franco, just because of the body shots that he was landing and the left jabs.
More aggressive, much more aggressive.
Right, so Luis Franco on both of our unofficial cards, Randy G and gentleman Jerry Cooney, former heavyweight contender. Jerry, just a few steps from your old playground.
That's right. It's great to be back out here. These guys are working hard in there. Like you said, Franco's really putting the pressure on Lucky, and he doesn't seem too lucky now.
Very cute, Jerry. And you're right. Franco was doing a number on him inside and using that left hand overtime.
You know, sometimes he's got a 8-4 record. These guys, they learn to lose, and it's hard to get motivated to get up past that. You get used to it.
Jerry, look at that left hand over and over by the man in the red trunks with the blue stripes, with the blue waistband. Luis Franco is driving that left hand to the body, and again he did it. Left hand upstairs, now he goes. He is just taking Lucky apart. Lucky is anything but in this round.
Yeah, I think Lucky would be a lot better just using that jab and moving, but he's a little slower, and Franco's just taking it to him.
Lucky he switched up for a moment. He went southpaw, then he thought better because he got nailed with a few shots, then he's doing it again. He's southpaw right now.
And that's the will of Franco. He's taking it to him. He's not giving him any room. He's making him be uncomfortable.
Well, Lucky was riding a 4-fight win streak until November when he went out to Las Vegas, Nevada, where he fought undefeated Alberto Machado. And Machado drilled him out inside the first 2 minutes of the first round.
And it's hard to rid yourself of a young kid like this after a knockout like that. It's a tough game.
Franco doing a number on him on the inside. Getting underneath his shots, working the body. Eddie Claudio, veteran referee, tells him to work out of it. Don't hold on. They don't. And look at that defense on the part of Franco.
Bobbing and weaving.
Final 5 seconds. Round number 2. Joe DeGuardia start boxing.
Franco's corners tell him to throw the uppercuts, get inside and bang on the uppercuts. Franco is the smaller guy. He does a lot better inside. He's bobbing and weaving nice. Well, here comes Lucky's throwing some nice punches. Now he's missing a lot.
Well, in his corner, you can see them motioning to him, get together.
I see.
Move
Nice
those
right
hands.
hand by Franco. Lucky's trying a little bit more, but he's still missing.
Jerry, I think his defense is really lacking. I'm talking about Lucky. His hands are down, and I think Franco sees it. He's dropping those shots down to the body. I'm looking for an overhand right by Franco to turn out the lights of Lucky.
What happens to Lucky is he overthrows and leaves himself open. And that's how Franco's going to connect with him. That has been. I wonder where the Kelly comes from on Franco's shorts.
I believe it's from a relative of his who he was dedicating this fight to.
Lucky's punching a little more inside now.
But those shots are really not landing. Look, that left hook went over the top of the head. He took a left jab to the stomach, a left hook to the stomach. Those shots by Franco are landing, and I think they're leaving their impressions every time they land.
Nicely placed. You're right, Randy. Listen, one guy moves on, the other guy goes home. Sad but true about the fight game.
Tyrone Lucky with a record of 8 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws. And tonight, he can come very close to 500. He just may drop to 8-5, but 8-6. But you know what? Let's not put the cart before the horse. We've seen guys all of a sudden who are in the lead tire badly, and the other guy just comes right on. So
and you do, and you see Lucky keeps throwing that right hand over the head of Franco instead of aiming for the chest. Make an adjustment. You know, those are the guys that move on. You make an adjustment, you start aiming for the chest, you catch him in the head.
I've heard you say so many times to guys when they say, I can't hit him in the head. You always say, stop aiming for his head.
Aim for
He's
the
moving
chest.
the head. The chest is there.
If you miss the head, you catch the body, you keep balance. These guys are throwing off over the body, and they're missing, they're falling off balance, and it makes them more vulnerable.
And that may have been the best 1-2 of the fight for Tyrone Lucky, left-right. But on the inside, he continues to get eaten up by Luis Franco. Short shots by Franco, who's got those hands up, picking off the shots.
Nice jab by Franco.
And again, nice combination by Franco here in round number 3. Junior
hook.
lightweight bout, 5 seconds remaining. Joe DeGuardia's star boxer.
Nice left hook by Franco.
They've got some work. And Jerry, let's take a look at action from round number 3.
And see, Franco's bobbing and weaving the 1-2 to the body. He's mixing it up. He's upstairs, downstairs. The jab is working nice for him. He's weaving underneath. He's making Lucky miss. He's throwing over his head. And then he's coming right back with a nice combination. Well, there's Lucky scoring some nice jabs.
They come out, they touch gloves. Jerry, are you for touching gloves at the start of every round? Many cornermen say, I want you to touch gloves
No.
at the start of the fight, and you can touch gloves if you want at the very end of the fight, and you don't even have to. You don't have to.
No, you don't. But, you've seen also fights where people do that and they get caught with a shot and get knocked out.
Uh-huh.
And that's your enemy on the other side of the ring there. So I would say no. I'm fighting him. I'm not going to tap gloves with him. But
Well, every round so far, they've come out and they've tapped gloves. Here we are in round number 4.
Nice
This
couple
one's
of left hooks
scheduled for
by
8.
Nice couple of left hooks by Franco. Lucky's trying, but he hasn't got the tools. Just doesn't have the tools and the motivation to move forward. And you notice, you see Franco setting him up with the body shots, the jabs to the body, the jab to the body. He's going to come over with that right hand and catch him with the right hand soon.
Nice jab being thrown there.
Nice left hook, left
Yeah.
uppercut by Franco.
So Franco is using that left hand very professionally. Up, down, from a hook to a jab, uppercuts, body shots, head shots.
Can't miss, cannot miss. Nice right hand off the chin.
I still swear that it's going to be a
Lucky.
right hand that's going to take Lucky out of there. His hands are dangerously low.
Well, you know what? Franco's wearing him down. His game, Lucky is, but he hasn't got the tools to compete with Franco. He's trying.
Look at that defense. Lucky was just throwing shots, and Franco was taking a look at him, leaning back on one leg, bending left, bending right. I like the defense we see so far on the part of Luis Franco.
And if I'm in Lucky's corner, I'm going to tell him, let's get back to basics. Let's work the jab. You got a long left hand. Keep the jab out there and move for a while till you get your bearings back. And he's not doing it. He wants to go and slug it out, and he's bearing the brunt of it.
And every time he throws, there you see him, he just missed a wild left hand, and right before that he missed a right hand there. He misses a jab. Luis Franco has some good defense. He's a very difficult fighter to hit. Look at that. He got out of the way of a right hand there, got out of the way of a left hand while he stuck at his own left.
He's getting inside the pocket there.
But he didn't throw.
No.
There he did.
Nice left hook by Franco.
And that was a lead left hook.
He's just so cute. He's got great movement, great feet.
Jerry, you were one of the biggest left hookers of all time. Did you like to throw that lead left hook before anything else, or did you work it off the jab normally?
Well, I mean, it all depends on the guy, but the jab is the way to go. Work
End
it off
of
the
round
jab.
number 4. Welcome back to the Paramount Theater in Huntington, Long Island. Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing. £130 bout. Luis Franco in the red trunks, blue stripes, and Tyrone Lucky in the black trunks with the red stripe. And so far, it's been all Luis Franco in the red trunks, doing Jerry Cooney whenever he seems to want to do. Defensively, he's had it. Offensively, he's had it.
I mean, Lucky is a game guy. He just does not know how to adapt to fighting a guy like this who's very elusive. And he comes in counter-punching, and he sets you up and switches it around. And that's why he's here fighting tonight. Franco's a tough little kid, and his one loss. Be interesting to see who he lost to. Back working the jab again, Franco is.
I like that defense, Jerry.
He's just staying out of harm's way. Comes in, attacks, and gets out. It's always great for the longevity of a fighter, Randy. 2 double jabs there. Okay, 2 nice jabs by Franco again. Nice, three left uppercuts.
You catch that?
By Franco.
Very few fighters can do that, Jerry. I remember
nice
when Roy
jabs.
Jones in his prime would throw 3, 4,
6,
5
7
hooks
I
in
saw him
a
fight in the
row.
garden. Listen, Franco's having a lot of fun here right now. He's making it very easy. He's not under any kind of pressure. He's playing, counter punching. Look at him inside.
Gotta hand it to Tyrone Lucky, who's still trying. He's fighting out of the southpaw position now, but he loses something defensively whenever he goes southpaw, gets nailed with a lot of shots, and then he quickly goes back to right-handed stance with that left foot forward again.
But also, you know, he stands in the pocket. He doesn't move. You throw your punches, you get out. You step right, you step left, you weave underneath. You try something different, and he's not doing it. So obviously, paying the price tonight.
Luis Franco comes in, bends left, bends right, gets out of the way of a shot.
2 left hooks again, uppercut and a hook.
As soon as Franco's back touches the ropes, he's out of there. End of round number 5. And Jerry, here's some action from round number 5.
And you just see Franco going to work, and Lucky just can't catch a hold of him. He punches a little left hook there, but he punches, then he moves out of the way. And Lucky's sitting with the problem. He's getting hit all night.
Round number 6.
Nice smile on his face there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd expect him to be smiling. He's had everything his way so far. 5 rounds in the books. I think he's won every single round of the fight. And basically, with the exception of the first round, which was a more or less feel-out round, every round has basically been
dominated.
the way he wanted.
Dominated.
Yeah.
And you know, the only thing you see missing from him, and you know, punches are born, they're not made, is you see guys like Terrence Crawford. He goes in, figures you out, or Triple G. He figures you out and he takes you out sensational-wise. This guy doesn't have the punching power, though he has a bunch of 9 knockouts in his 13 wins. He's not able to finish this guy off, which is something his corner's got to work on to make it to the next level. Same thing, nice left hooks by Lucky. Franco's working his way in. Again, nice right hand to the body by Franco. I'd like to see him put together 3 or 4 punches at a time. Nice defense, bobbing and weaving. Lucky did not touch him at all. Another right hand left hook by Franco.
Now, Jerry, you mentioned before that punchers are born,
That's right.
not made. Can a guy be taught to punch a lot harder? For instance, in baseball, there are home run hitters. You're not going to make a guy who's a singles hitter a home run hitter. But can he be taught maybe to have a little bit more power? Or, as you said, do you have to be born with that?
Well, let me tell you something. Just right this round, what a fun round to watch Franco miss bobbing and weaving. But no, you can make a guy sit down on his punches, sit in his feet, and stand still, and use his body more effectively. But KO punches are born. You're a knockout puncher or you're not. I mean, you can wear a guy out, but these 2 guys, they got to weigh you down and down, and that takes a lot of rounds.
You know, it's funny. I looked across at Ron Katz a few moments ago, and I think he's liking what he's seeing from Luis Franco because he's just sitting there watching the fight, and he's nodding, just talking to himself. Like, yeah, I like what I'm seeing. Luis Franco in the red trunks, Jerry, is just having his way tonight with a very tough man in Tyrone Lucky.
And I like Joe DeGuardia bringing these kids in from out of town, fighting out of town, and he's a talented kid that he'll be able to move forward with, possibly. And Lucky's trying to fight back, but he's just then standing still in the pocket. You got to move. You got to get out of town. That's where the extra miles, the running, helps you to move and get out of harm's way, which obviously he's not doing. He's learned to lose with his 4 losses, and you just can't continue fighting like that.
Lucky is getting hit with some solid shots, and twice in the last 30 seconds. When he gets hit, he shakes his head. No, but there he just shook his head yes.
Well, that means he knows he got hit pretty good. When he's shaking his head no, he's trying to, buffalo you.
And right, because both those times he was hit with powerful shots. End of round 6.
Nice combination.
Luis Franco was turning it on a little bit more and more, playing also a lot on defense.
See, Lucky's trying. He's trying, but the elusiveness of Franco is just not allowing him to land. And then he comes back and counters with 2 or 3 shots. And then he stands there in the pocket where he's got to move and get out. He's got the long arms. These taller guys got to move.
See, Jerry, they touch gloves again. Every round so far, they've come out to start the round and touch gloves. If you were in the corner of either fighter, would you tell them, hey, knock off this touching gloves?
I would tell them no, but these guys got a tough life. They're in the fight game. They're out of town all the time fighting, becoming an opponent. It's hard for them. They become,
Oh, there's no question. When this fight ends, no matter how it ends or who wins, you're going to see these guys go over to each other and embrace a show of respect. And I know they respect each other. And I know that Luis Franco has to be thinking, what is holding this Lucky up? I'm hitting him with some kind of shots.
But it's an interesting fight, and like you said, the matchmaker put on a great card here. This is a great fight for the crowd, and they're learning a lot about both these guys, who they can use and who they can't. But I'm pretty excited about Mr. Franco here. He's nice, working that left jab, steady all the time, setting them up, bobbing them underneath, landing the body shots, making them miss all night long.
And he's moving that jab around Jerry so much as he gets out of the way of a few shots. He goes upstairs with the jab. He comes downstairs with it to drop Lucky's hands down. There he hooks, double hook.
I'd like to see him. Obviously, I'd like to see Franco keep his hands up a little bit higher, because when he gets in there with a little bit more talented guy, he's going to start getting hit himself. Maybe he's just fighting at the level of this guy he's against, but you really need to pay attention to your defense.
Exactly. I mean, if Lucky was that big, real big kind of hitter, you think we'd see Luis Franco with those hands a lot higher and fighting a little bit different fight?
I think you probably would, and I hope that will be the case. It's a great experience for both guys. I mean, this guy, Lucky's got his hands full for a career. I mean,
little low shot by Franco as Lucky turns around, but he's okay. They continue. A little bit under 1 minute to go in the 7th round, scheduled for 8 rounds.
Nice left hook by Lucky. Franco comes right back firing.
Capacity crowd here at the Paramount Theater in Huntington, New York.
30 seconds left in the round.
And here in New York, when you hear that bang on the ring, a lot of states have the 10-second warning. Here in New York, it was a rule that I started back when I took over the commission in 1988. I brought in the 5-second bang. They took it away after I left in 95, and David Berlin, the executive director, brought it back on. It's Randy's rap, I call it.
And look at this, Franco is just beating him from pillar to post.
Round number 7 comes to an end. And Jerry, some action from that 7th round.
And once again, there's the right hand. And Franco's coming, firing right back, not stop throwing. He's bobbing and weaving, getting down, landing 2 jabs, working the body, upstairs and downstairs. Lucky has nothing to answer from, nothing. There's a little hook there. He landed a nice little hook there, but here comes Franco right back again.
Jerry, look around the arena here at the Paramount Theater. This place reminds me a lot of the old Blue Horizon in Philadelphia. Holds a little less than 2,000 people, and every seat is packed. Standing room all over.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 8th and final round.
Now, see, look, Jerry, they didn't even touch gloves. They touched gloves and they embraced. A lot of respect on the part of both fighters. Luis Franco in the red trunks and Tyrone Lucky in the black trunks with red stripe. And Jerry, it's been all, according to your scorecard and my scorecard, the unofficial scorecards, all Franco.
And these guys got a tough life. They're trying to move forward. They want to get better fights, bigger fights. They want to win championships. And this is their way to go. And it's hard coming out of town to come to a strange place and fight a guy that's got a lot of ability. And Franco has a lot of ability. And it's a great experience for him. And these great combinations. You can see him all night long. And Lucky is trying. He just can't find the spot. His timing's off.
Well, Tyrone Lucky comes from Middletown, New Jersey. And even if this fight was in Middletown with all hometown judges, I would see no way that even a hometown judge could score this one for Lucky. What I can say for him, he's shown a lot of guts tonight. He has not stopped trying. He's been outgunned on offense and on defense. It just hasn't been his night.
Takes way too many punches. You can't allow your fighter to keep getting in there like that, taking those kind of hits over and over again. And he's trying again. Here comes Franco. Watch Franco's defense is beautiful. Going to come in, look for an opening, and start scoring.
But you know, this was an opportunity for him tonight to come in and face the 13-1 Luis Franco, and maybe, just maybe, he upsets him, and then he's right back in the thick of things and fight some other good young fighters. But he seems to always go into the backyard of some of the guys. And tonight he just walked into, not that this is a hometown yet for Luis Franco, but I know the fans are going to want to see him again in bigger fights every time out.
Right, Randy. And you know, he's from Miami, Florida, Luis Franco is, and he's got tons of Latin fighters down there in Miami, Florida. He's getting a lot of experience down there in the ring, and you see it tonight. He's an experienced guy with a little bit of fights. With 15 fights.
I have heard that in Miami there, around the 5th Street gym, he's been getting a lot of sparring, and there's there's nothing more important for a fighter, of course, than conditioning. He is in condition, obviously, and he's getting that sparring, and you can see it by the way he is slipping the shot from the opening round. About 30 seconds remain, Jerry.
He's fighting his 8th round like it was the first round. Luis Franco is. He's just a determined guy, a lot of guts, and he can fight. I would try and strengthen him up a little bit, make a little more sting on those punches, but he's got a lot of talent.
Certainly, you're right, Jerry, and certainly if he could get a little bit more power, I'm sure Lucky would have been out of there by now. I have nothing but praise for Lucky as far as his heart is concerned. Final seconds of this fight. Watch them embrace, Jerry. No question about it. They are going to walk over. Eddie Claudia gets between them. That is no surprise, the respect they have for one another. Welcome back to Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing Rockin' Fights 28. We're ready for the decision. Let's go up to ring announcer David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of action here at the Paramount, we go to the judges' scorecards. Tom Carasone and Kevin Morgan both scored this bout 80-72. Tony Paolillo scores this contest 78-74. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision, Luis La Estrella Franco.
Well, 80-72 on 2 of the judges' scorecards. Luis Franco has some work in front of him, before he really steps into the world stage, but he won a unanimous decision tonight. Luis Franco ups his record to 14-1-1. Tyrone Lucky, very unlucky, 8-5-2. Welcome back to Joe DeGuardia's Rockin' Fight 22 Star Boxing here from the Paramount Theater in Huntington, New York. The fighters are in the ring. We're moments away from starting this bout. Jerry, take us through the tale of the tape.
And like all the other fights, this is an evenly matched fight, although the record's 6-1 of Hernandez against 6-12 for Guzman. You know Guzman's been in there with a lot of tough guys, a lot of experience he brings to the fight tonight. We're going to have fun.
Let's go up to David Diamante and get it started.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the black with red, white, and blue, the flag of Puerto Rico. He weighed in at a ready 134.6 pounds. His professional record, 6 victories against 12 defeats. He has 1 bout even. From the Bronx, New York, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jose El Palillo Guzman. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears black with neon. He weighed in at a ready 135 pounds. His professional record, 6 victories, only 1 defeat. He has 1 win coming by way of knockout. From Huntington, New York, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny the Hitman Hernandez.
All right, fighters, you've been given your instructions in your dressing room, okay? Respect the sport, respect the rules, and show respect for each other. Keep it clean. Touch gloves, come out of the bell fighting.
Here we go, lightweight bout, scheduled for 6 rounds. Johnny Hernandez in the black trunks with the yellow trim and the multicolored trunks, a southpaw. Jose Guzman out of the Bronx.
And
Jerry, this should be an action fight.
Actually, even match. These guys can't punch. They can't break an egg, but they throw a lot of punches, a lot of pressure, and very talented. You can see them with the movement. They got some skills. We're going to see how they open up. They're going to warm up a little bit here and figure each other out. Hopefully we'll get a good fight again.
Now, Guzman has a record which really more or less belies his talent. 6 wins, 12 losses, 1 draw.
He got stopped 5 times.
He's lost his last 2 fights, but against undefeated fighters.
Nice counterpunch by Guzman there. A nice right hand, left hook.
Johnny Hernandez, they call him Johnny Dez. He comes from right here in the Huntington area. A very popular fighter, kid is loaded with charisma, and he's one of the best conditioned young fighters, Jerry, I have seen in a long time.
And very aggressive,
Really,
very aggressive.
right. Doesn't get tired and stays on your case, makes you work. This one's scheduled for 6. So if you just look at the records alone, you think, what kind of fight could this be? 6-12-1 for Jose Guzman.
And Guzman's a very confident fighter. He's not like he's lost 12 times,
Right.
but he doesn't show it on his face and his movement. He's got some skills.
And Johnny Dez, 6-1, lost a close decision a number of months back right here in this very ring. And afterwards he said to me, Randy, I learned my lesson. I didn't listen to my corner the way I should have. Certainly he always trains the way he should.
You know, he's got a great trainer, Hernandez in the corner, Dominic. He's a guy from out of the country. He's been training here for a lot of years. He's
From the Philippines,
very
works
good
out of
teacher.
Frankie G's gym.
I like this matchup. It's a good matchup.
Johnny Dez loves to get underneath the arms of a taller opponent. And Guzman is taller. And when Johnny gets in close, he loves to wail away at the body.
And Guzman's feinting with those hands, making it a little uncomfortable for Guzman to come in. But for Hernandez to come in, but he's finding his way in.
Hernandez has 1 knockout victory in his 6 wins as we close in on the end of round number 1.
He looks like such a strong kid.
See, Jerry, that was one of those feeling out rounds. But knowing Johnny Dez, he loves to step on the gas. I expect more in round number 2. You're watching Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing Rockin' Fights 22. This is a lightweight bout. We'll have round number 2 after this. And welcome back. Here is round number 2. We were just checking in with Guzman's corner. I thought, Jerry, he actually had it was a feeling out round, but you got to give it to somebody. I don't like scoring even rounds. I gave it to Guzman.
Did you? I felt Hernandez won that round.
Okay.
Listen, his guy's got 12 losses. I listened to his corner trying to tell him what punches to throw. Listen, this kid's going to do what he's going to do. He's learned to survive all this long. And he's got to use that jab and keep up. He has a tendency to come in and drop his hands unless the other guy swing away. It's going to get in trouble with that.
See, in the corner of Johnny Dez, they said
nice
make
right
him
hand.
fight.
Nice right hand by Mr. Hernandez.
Guzman switching up, going southpaw, right-handing, right-handed southpaw. Jerry, is that a good thing for a young fighter to do?
Not if you get caught in the middle, but he's trying it out. He's trying to find a way to make the other guy have a hard time. And, you know, if he feels it, he'll stick with it. Maybe the corner's telling him something. We don't know. But the jab is going to help him all the time. He's got to keep him off balance with that left jab. And he's not seeing it, not being able to do it this far. Nice overhand right by Guzman.
Johnny Diaz should not be on the outside
No,
against the long-armed Guzman. That's where he basically wants to be, on the inside, right on top of Guzman.
And listen, Guzman's got a lot of experience. He's taking advantage of it now. He's making Hernandez miss.
Okay, Jerry, if you were in the corner of Guzman, what would you be telling him to do?
You got to use the jab, straight jab, right hand down the pike, aim for the chest.
And
Nice uppercut. You can't throw the uppercut from the outside. And listen, Hernandez fires right back.
See, and Guzman just switched up again.
He's waking the line.
Marvin Hagler, one of the greatest switch hitters of all time, told me you can't be switch hitting. You lose something.
Well, Hernandez is having his way right now, and he's having a great time.
Oh, yeah, that's where he wants to be, Jerry, with a guy pinned in the corner. Johnny Diaz can be ruthless on the inside.
And Guzman comes right back with a nice right hand and sticking that jab again.
This one scheduled
Nice double
for
jab.
6. Lightweight bout.
Nice double jab, overhand right by Guzman. Nice jab by Hernandez.
A swing and a miss with a wild hook by Guzman. With about 30 seconds remaining in the second round.
And you know, Randy, I don't like Hernandez staying outside like that. He's got to get inside and fight.
Absolutely.
He's staying in Guzman's comfort zone. That's what Guzman wants him to stay out there. Pot shot him.
Final seconds,
Nice
round
double
number
left
2.
hook. Nice double left hook.
Lightweight bout scheduled for 6th round. Johnny Hernandez, Jose Guzman. Okay, Jerry, in round 2, the first round was a feeling out round, no question about it. This round, round 2, was definitely a different round.
Well, definitely. Hernandez came in, he threw great combination punches, kept him on the rope, banging him. But listen, I got to tell you, Guzman's staying in the game. Here he is banging on the ropes. I don't like that. You got to grab a hold of your opponent and let the referee break you apart.
You don't like that for Guzman?
No, of course not. He's staying inside. You can't allow the guy to do that.
Round number 3, lightweight bout. Johnny Diaz against Jose Guzman.
Touching hands again.
Banging. Jerry, I see a lot of young fighters today always doing that.
No, not me.
Touching gloves at the start of the round.
Not my guys.
I don't like that.
Listen, that guy's trying to take my bread and butter away. I'm not going to make friends with him after the fight,
Right.
maybe.
After the fight, I want to go over to him and say, hey, you know, sorry to have to have had hit you so many times and so hard.
Right.
But don't be friends with
I had to
me during
beat you
the
like
fight.
that. I'm sorry, but now I'm your friend.
Randy
Nice
Gordon,
double jab by Guzman.
Randy G, the commish, along with gentleman Jerry Cooney.
Hernandez is firing back, but he's missing right now. Nice overhand right by Hernandez.
There's about 1,800 people in the building, and I think so far Jerry Cooney has spoken to about 1,600 of them. We still have about 200 more.
Oh,
before
people
the
are
end
great.
of the
This is
night.
my hometown. This is great. Nice triple left hook by Hernandez. And that's what Guzman does not want to be on the inside. He's got to move. Use the jab. It was won him the first round. He's confusing Hernandez by using that jab, and now he's not doing it now. He's staying
Well,
on the
Hernandez
inside.
wasn't confused there. He landed an overhand right to the head, followed by a left hand. There's another left hand by Johnny.
There's a swelling on Hernandez's left eye.
Well, that's because, Jerry, as you said, he's too much in Guzman's comfort zone on the outside.
You're right. He's got to be inside. He's trying to box him. He's not tall enough to box him. He's got to be aggressive. He's got to punch. He's got to throw punches. Listen, Hernandez wins this fight by throwing a lot more punches.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Doubles left hand to the body.
Nice
to the
double
body,
hook.
one
Another
to the
hook.
head. 1 minute to go here in round number 3. This one's scheduled for 6. Johnny Diaz is warned about the head, and Guzman held him behind the neck, pulling him in.
And listen, Guzman lost 12 fights, but has gained a lot of experience in those 12 losses to combat this young kid right here. And
Yes,
they're still talking nice to each other here.
You sure they're talking nice? They are doing a little bit of talking in there. I'm not so sure that it's nice. 30 seconds to go. Johnny Dez lands one shot, then falls short with two others.
He's following him, but he's got to cut the ring off and get inside and punch. Here we go, nice hook by Hernandez. Left hook, right hand. Nice body shots by Hernandez. Again, it's good fights, Randy. Great
Final
matchups.
seconds. And put round 3 in the books. Okay, Jerry, round number 3. Take a look at the action.
Again, listen, there we go. Hernandez is banging in, overhand right, coming back with the hook. Guzman's fighting back. Right there, you can see Hernandez is getting the best of this fight. But, you know, Guzman's using that jab, keeping him outside. He keeps it even.
Round number 4 underway. Johnny Dez in the black trunks. Jose Guzman in the black, red, white Puerto Rican flag.
Oh, nice right hand by Hernandez. Another right hand. They're firing back now. They're fighting right now.
Look at Guzman saying, come on, roll with me.
Hernandez is catching him.
Getting a little rough in there. I think Johnny Dez was surprised by the bravado of Guzman.
These are tough guys. These are tough guys. They make a living fighting.
Now, what do you know about making a living fighting?
Oh, nice left hook, right hand.
Only fought
by
3 of the...
Hernandez.
You fought 3, your only 3 losses against guys who were in the Hall of Fame. Larry Holmes, Michael Spinks, and arguably one of the hardest punchers of all time.
Oh, stop reminding me.
Big George Foreman. Jerry, who privately has told me that of all the guys he fought, and there is what
A low blow.
a low blow. I was going to say George Foreman said that you hit him harder than anybody.
Uh-oh.
But referee Pat Sullivan goes over and speaks to Guzman. He can give him up to a 5-minute rest. He's letting him walk it off.
He's smart. Smart. It was
Okay,
low.
let's
Went south of the
see.
border for sure. And here we go. Nice south of the border. What? Yes, it was plenty low. And I think
Jerry.
obviously Guzman's looking for a break and get a little wind.
That wasn't.
It was pretty low.
It was
in the cup.
low.
It was on the side of the cup. It could affect.
I don't. Up the middle. The one you hit Larry Holmes with when he pulled your head down. That was a low blow.
All right, all right.
It
Well,
wasn't
this is
your
a-
fault.
Thank you. Listen, this is awoken Hernandez. He's fighting hard. He's fighting hard right now, which is a great thing. He needed to wake up, and maybe this low blow is helping him. Nice uppercut.
And if indeed
Right,
that
Guzman?
did hurt Jerry, if that hurt Guzman, I wonder if it took anything out of him. Will his legs be a little bit gone? Will he be able to move the way he's been moving? Or was that a little bit of an act?
It was a little bit of both. These guys are con men. They're looking for a break, get some air, refresh themselves a little bit and fight back. And he's fighting. They're both fighting back, so it's a good thing.
There he is again, switching up. He went
But
southpaw, then
I
he
don't
jumps back to
understand
right-hander.
what Hernandez is doing boxing.
Southpaw again. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of baffled by it, unless in the gym they've been trying to change his style, and I don't see it for
Nice
Johnny
combination by Guzman. He's got to get on the inside and keep busy, throw punches. He's got good stamina, he got to punch. And he's doing well. Nice body shots right now by Hernandez.
The round is being won right there by Johnny Dez on the rope, because if it's close on the outside, it's right here where Johnny Dez is winning it.
And this is not where Guzman wants to be. He's probably a little tired. He's taking a break, and he's paying for it.
5 seconds remaining. Round number 4.
Nice
and you
hook.
can put this one in the books. We're heading to a break. Joe DeGuardia, Star Boxing. Welcome back to Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing, Rockin' Fights 22 from the Paramount Theater in Huntington, New York. I'm Randy G, along with gentleman Jerry Cooney. This is round number 5 of a lightweight bout between Johnny Dez in the black trunks and Jose Guzman in the Puerto Rican flag wrapped around. And Jerry,
listen, I got to tell you something. I have.
Do that math.
I got Hernandez ahead in this fight, but it's a pick 'em fight. This kid, Guzman, is really fighting back. He's a smart kid. He's got a lot of experience, and he's making it confusing.
Okay, you and I, of course, are the unofficial scores. I got a 39-37 for Johnny Hernandez. But that just shows you, if I got a 39-37, you think, what if a judge has it just 1 point the other way? This is a draw here in the 5th round, scheduled for 6.
Now, see here.
Johnny Dez in the black trunks, the all black with the yellow writing on it.
And Jose Guzman in the Puerto Rican black.
In the red, white, and blue Puerto Rican flag. And all that writing on there. I don't know what that's about. Pray for Pritchard.
Nice combination there by Hernandez.
Midway through round number 5, scheduled for 6 in a lightweight bout. Johnny Hernandez at 6-1 in his career with 1 knockout. 6-12 is Guzman. And if you just look at those records, this one is a mismatch. But right now, 6-1 against 6-12 is about as even as you can get.
Nice uppercut by Guzman.
Johnny got out of the way of those shots. He's a good boxer.
Great combination by Guzman.
He's a good boxer, but he's a little bit under 5'5". He does not belong on the outside against the taller boxers.
And Johnny Dez is firing back.
That's where he belongs.
That's where he belongs.
And Jerry, we have gotten on the case of the New York State Athletic Commission about them enforcing you're not allowed to coach from the corner. They more or less have really relaxed on that rule. They have taken a lot of heat about it.
I think they have. I was in the Garden. I watched the fights.
Yeah.
And they are backing off a little bit.
Thankfully. I mean, that was just one of the dumbest rules I have ever seen in my life. About 20 seconds remain in round number 5, and it looks like we're going to be heading to a 6th and final round. Johnny Hernandez driven back to the ropes, and if this one is close, we could, damn it, well have an even fight here. Very close to even fight. Final seconds, round number 5. This one is going to a 6th and final round.
And Randy, I can tell you exactly what was going on in that blue corner. They're telling him he's got to win this round and win it big to get out of this fight with a victory.
And I do agree with you. I mean, I thought that was a close round 5, especially Guzman closed the gap late in the round, but I still had him losing the round. I got a 49-46 for Johnny Dez. And as far as Johnny Dez, you cannot take anything for granted. If I'm in his corner, I tell him on the outside, don't even get close to this guy. Don't let him reach you with that jab. And I want you putting on the pressure, rip his midsection out.
Well, yeah, you see Dez is really firing back. He knows he wants to win. It's an important fight for him to get this victory. And he's in a tough fight. And he's doing what he's got to do. I don't like him outside so much. I like him be inside in the chest and banging those punches, stepping off to the right. But Listen, this is all an experience for him to grow.
Now, I don't know if Johnny Dez is not listening to his trainer, whether they're giving him wrong advice in the corner.
And Guzman's saying, pounding his chest, saying, let's get it on. And they're getting it on, let me tell you.
Johnny Dez got to force that action in close. Got to move those hands if he wants to win the fight. And Guzman, who's coming off a losing streak of a couple of fights, needs this round. Pushed apart by veteran referee Pat Sullivan. Under 2 minutes to go in the fight.
And I'll tell you, Hernandez is just a little bit too busy. He's a little too busy for Guzman, and he's going to steal this fight.
And Guzman holding on to the back of Johnny Dez's neck. He doesn't like it on the inside, and once again he wraps up Johnny Dez. Will not let him fight on the inside. Now they mix it up on the inside. Johnny Dez steps back.
Nice jab by Johnny Dez. Right
Lead
hand, left.
right hand. That was nice. Johnny Dez, when he ducks a lot of times, you see that Joe Frazier bob, he's got to come back with punches. Guzman moving those hands. Johnny not doing that much on the inside a lot. Normally he's an all-action fighter.
Nice right hand left hook by Guzman again.
Okay.
Less than 1 minute in the fight.
Jerry, if this round has been close, up to 2 minutes, you got under 1 minute now. Let's see who could steal the round. Nice right hand by Johnny Dez. That one snapped the head of Guzman.
Oh.
Guzman has lost his last 2 fights. He's lost 7 of his last 8 fights. This would be incredible if he could launch a real rally here and somehow win this fight. I don't think he's got enough to do it. Enough rounds in the bank, but what heart!
He's landed some good shots in this last round, but I think Dez is really taking it to him most of the fight, most of the round. He's going to walk away with the right in the fight.
And now Guzman drapes himself over Johnny Dez. Final seconds of the fight. You're going to hear that 5-second wrap in a second. And there it is. 5 seconds remain in the fight.
And Johnny Dez is firing away.
Final bell of this lightweight bout. Very entertaining. They respect each other. A big hug to the corners. Both fighters go to their respective corners. We'll be back with the decision here in Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing Rockin' Fights 28 in just a moment.
Another exciting fight, Randy. Listen, unfortunately, there's got to be a winner and a loser.
Yep.
And it was a competitive fight again.
I had it 59-55 for Johnny Dez, and I think you had it the same way.
Pretty close.
Let's find out how the judges had it. Let's go off the ring announcer, David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action here at the Paramount, we go to the judges' scorecards. Tom Carasone scored the bout 60-54. Kevin Morgan and Tony Paolillo both scored the bout 59-55. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision from Huntington, New York, Johnny the Hitman Hernandez.
No surprise there in an entertaining bout. Johnny Hernandez wins a decision.
And he's a great kid. He's a good kid. He's a hard worker. Got to develop. He's got to pick up his talent a little bit more, find his way to stay inside. So it's all, he's doing a good job, very aggressive. He's got to find his way inside, make the guy uncomfortable, and that's what we got to get to for him. And he's got some great trainers, and hopefully through these experiences, he's going to be able to pick that up and to get to the next level.
Guzman lost to him. Jose now 6-13-1. Johnny Hernandez now 7-1. He's got 1 KO and a bright future in front of him. We'll be back with more of Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing after this. Welcome back to Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing Rockin' Fight 22 from the Paramount Theater in Huntington, Long Island, New York. Our fighters are in the ring for our co-feature. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Jerry, what's going on?
We got an undefeated guy, 147 pounds, a lot of talent. Another short guy, looks like Manny Pacquiao in the other corner from Utica, New York. Another, you got to give it to the matchmaker. He's putting on great fights. I think we're going to see another great fight right here.
Let's go up to ring announcer David Diamante.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of boxing scheduled in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he wears black with red trim. He weighed in at 145.4 pounds. His professional record, 2 victories against 1 defeat. He has 2 draws. From Utica, New York, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nyin Mong. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears red with white trim. He weighed in at a ready 146.6 pounds. His professional record, 1 fight, no losses. His 1 win came by way of knockout. From Elmont, New York, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the jackpot, Tyrone Pretty Boy James.
Wow, what a matchup we got here. This poor young kid here. He's got a good record. He's in there with an awful tall guy.
Tyrone James against Nguyen Muang. Wang out of Utica, New York, 2-1-2 in a welterweight bout. Stands 5'3" against a highly skilled amateur, now professional, 1-0 with 1 knockout, Tyrone James. And they say this kid could be the goods in a couple of years.
Nice jab by James. Nice right hand.
Two of the things you're going to like about James: hand speed
Distance.
and his well, I was about to say his defense, but there was a flashing knockdown because of that hand speed.
Catch him with that right hand while Moon was trying to get in. He's just too small.
His trainer, Joe Higgins, is high on all his fighters. And Joe Higgins, one of the best trainers in America. There's a hard shot. Jerry Wang in trouble. Down he goes. Second knockdown of the fight.
Wow, what a combination. Followed him, dropped him right down. What a finish. Here's a guy, perfect guy that can finish you off, and he's taking advantage of it.
He says he's okay. Eddie Claudio takes a long look at him. Here comes the right hand. Here comes his soul fight. Tyrone James rocked him again. Off balance is Wang. Eating shot after shot. He's wobbled. About 1:15 to go in the first and opening round.
He just says no tools. This James is a phenomenal fighter. He's overmatched. Moon is just overmatched right here. He's got to keep himself calm though. James is just catching with that right hand. Solid shots.
Well, if James should go on to some kind of boxing greatness, one thing you're going to remember Wang for is that he was the second professional opponent of James. Took a few hard shots, he's wobbled, but still throws back, fighting with heart. Drives James back, but James keeps his hands up, eats the right hand, has it back against the rope. That one might have even hurt James for a moment. It stunned him, it surprised him. That's why he's moving so much. The big heart of Wang surprised Tyrone James. Jerry, it has happened before. I wouldn't expect it here. I think James now has recovered nicely. Let's see. He gets hit with a shot as he lands the shot. Wang drives him against the rope.
Simply off balance by James. I mean, it's a big boy against a little boy. This is crazy. But he's firing back. He is.
Final seconds. Round number 1. Wang actually reaches out, happy that he survived that first round, and he finished it.
That was a stunning first round.
I mean, with a surprise.
What I want you to do is keep your hands up. I want you to, you gonna do something a little bit.
Okay, Jerry,
Here it is.
wild first
James
round.
is just phenomenal. Nice combination. 1-2 right there. Dropped him down. The second one again with the right hand. Drops him to the ground the second time. But he's got enough nerve to fire back. Comes back.
Drives him into a corner. Knocks him down. And who would have ever thought Wang would not only
All
survive the
James.
round,
I mean, you could claim to that be a 10-8 round for James.
you've got to score 10-8 with a knockdown. Well, Tyrone James is almost like that Tommy Burns kind of build, 147 pounds, lanky. But he got wobbled near the end of the first round, and they told him in the corner, don't get careless with this guy.
Well, and he's reaching in. James is just wide open there. He's in James's comfort zone, and he's setting up with the straight right hand, jabbing right hand.
Yeah, you can see that right hand about to come. He's flicking out that jab, That distance shot, trying to drop the right hand on. Wang gets out of the way of him and smiles at him.
Wang just cannot get in.
I tell you what, Wang, he was so happy at the end of the first round after getting drilled to the floor twice in the opening moments of the first round and still surviving the round and even hurting James at the end of the first round.
And now he's dogging James.
See, but these are the fights guys like James needs. Had that fight been over in the first round, he wouldn't have learned. He has learned, and let's see how much he learns from it, not just in this fight.
And
but in
Moang
future
is
fights.
making it a little more difficult for him right now. He's not being able, James not being able to catch him like he did in the first round. And he's finding his way in a little bit better. I was just amazed at the two different sizes of these two guys when they got in the ring. I was like, it can't be the right fight.
Moang is around 5'3", and that could be stretching it. And James is about 5'11", or so, maybe even 6 feet tall. Nice jab by James. Around 1 minute to go in the second round.
And Moang is getting his range. He's getting in closer, but it's the problem is coming inside there. He's catching James' right hand. I thought this was going to be a fast one-round knockout, but it looks like it's going to be going a couple of rounds here.
The only loss in the 2-1 and 2 record of Moang was a first-round knockout loss in January of 2014 when he lost to undefeated Julian Rodriguez in Madison Square Garden, New York. And there's a little mouse underneath the right eye of Moang.
Nice left hook by Moang.
Seconds to go in round number 2. This one's scheduled for 4. Welterweight bout. Tyrone James against Moang.
Well, thank all of our great sponsors tonight. Modell Sporting Goods. You gotta go to those. Camelot, Tennessee. Big day on April 23rd. Joe the Big Smith Jr.
On the left side of his face, which I'm seeing right now looking in the corner.
Also, shout out to Jarrell.
What a matchup. What a matchup.
Veteran referee Eddie Claudio gets him started for round number 3, scheduled for 4.
Randy, if you notice here, you know, Moang is staying outside too long. In order for him to be successful in this fight or be any type of hope, he's got to get inside James and get him on the ropes and bang him. And he's not doing it. He's leaping in. He's getting close with right hands and jabs.
James fighting from the outside there. Pulling away from the shot. Moang charging him, looking for that right hand. You can see it coming like a barroom brawl. Looking for the right hand, looking for the right hand. And Jerry, James is moving the wrong way. He's moving on to the end of the right hand. He's moving to his own left.
He's keeping outside the pain power. I mean,
he had better.
Moang is just too short. His arms are way too short.
Are you saying his arms are too short to
I
box
am.
with James? And there he, from that outside, I see you shaking your head like he doesn't belong there.
It's like you know, David and Goliath. I mean, this is unbelievable. He's got no slingshot. Yeah.
But Jerry, James is no longer just diving in. He's inching his way. A nice body shot with the right hand. James again dances away, keeps his distance. 3, 4, 5 jabs. He pumps out another one, swings and misses with a half-hearted hook.
Well, no, James is trying too hard. He should just be working that jab nice and easy, waiting for the guy to work his way in and then open up on him. And it's frustrating because the guy is small, it's hard.
That's funny. Moang threw him to the floor and then look. Okay, sorry about that. Let me help you out. No question that Nyan Moang is looking for that overhand right.
One punch knockout he's looking for.
And every time he gets hit with that right hand, he does a little shake, a little wiggle, play action. There's that winging overhand right.
He just cannot make it in to get close enough to James. He's catching James with a nice left hook there.
Oh, Eddie Claudio got in the way there. Always embarrassing for a ref when he gets in the way and the fighters start crashing into him. They're thinking, oh, which way do I get out of here?
You see Moang's throwing one leaping left hook. He's got to throw 3 or 4 when he gets inside there. He's just not doing it. You can't win a fight that way.
This is a real learning test
It is.
for the young, talented Tyrone James. Final seconds, round number 3. We'll be back with more Joe LaGuardia Starbox and Rockin' Fights 22. Final round coming up. Welcome back to the Paramount Theater in Huntington, Long Island. I'm Randy G, the commissioner, along with gentleman Jerry Cooney. Fourth and final round of this welterweight bout. In the red trunks, Tyrone James.
Can
His
Tyrone
opponent
James-
in black trunks, red stripes, is Nyan Moang.
Can James figure him out? Can Tyrone James figure this kid out and take him out? That's what he needs to do this round.
They call Tyrone James TJ. And Jerry, no, I don't think he can figure him out here.
Well, he's
I think
catching
he's
with
going
a solid jab right now.
It's going to be safety first for Tyrone James.
I think we could see a knockout right here. Working on setting over the jab. He's calmed down. His hands are low, but it's so big.
Tyrone again, TJ measuring
Nice hook.
with that left hand. Moang comes flying in with about a minute to go. Minute left, in the fourth and final round. Welterweight bout.
Now I would
Moang
dig,
giving
I would
away,
dig
Jerry.
down here and work the body of Moang. Get his hands dropped and turn it over. You got to get inside. Back him up. You're a superstar. You're a great fighter. You got to do things like this in your career.
I don't think James wants to take that chance. He got rocked once in the fight, and I think right now he's very comfortable on the outside.
He's doing everything he's got to do. He's using that jab, keeping him distance, and he's pot-shotting him. And unfortunately, Moang just cannot get inside, get close enough to him to do, say, a Joe Frazier. That's what he's got to do. He's got to do a Joe Frazier. Doesn't have the capability. Manny Pacquiao, he's not.
And those jabs are power shot jabs, what I call the shotgun jab. Moang runs after him and launches that overhand right, Jerry.
He did run, too.
He did. There are about 45 seconds to go in this fight. A couple of attempts at body shots by Moang.
James is having more fun. He's figuring out making a miss. He's getting a little closer. He's figuring this guy out. If it's been a more 6 or an 8 round fight, James would knock him out.
I tell you what, this has been a learning experience for this young talent, Tyrone James.
28 seconds left in the fight.
And Tyrone really should win this fight on a shutout score. But this, Jerry, has been what I call a competitive shutout.
Well, not really. I mean, listen, Moang caught him with maybe 2 or 3 shots the whole fight.
It hasn't been just a blitz all the way. He's learned something in this fight. Final seconds. There's the bell ending the fight. It's going to go to James, but you got to give the little guy, Nyan Moang,
All the credit in the world. You
for
got it.
just a set of guts.
Wow.
We are heading to a break. When we come back, we will have the decision for you. No question about it, but you want to see, did the little guy win any rounds in the fight? I think he may have. a spirited welterweight bout. We're going to get the decision now from David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action here at the Paramount, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout identically, 40-34. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision from Elmont, New York, the jackpot, Tyrone Pretty Boy James.
Well, again, it was a unanimous decision for Tyrone James, who now is 2-0 with 1 knockout, and he learned more in that fight than he did probably in his last pro fight and 10 amateur fights put together.
Well, yes, and he did it, but you know, he needs to learn how to take these guys out. This kid's not that dangerous. He needs to get inside, work the body, go downstairs, turn it over the top. He could have taken this guy out. Had he had a couple more rounds, I believe he could have did that. But that being said, listen, a very spirited action from Mwang, but James is just a very talented guy, very talented.
Well, James had Mwang down twice in the first round. Jerry, he learned more by going the distance. He is now 2-0. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Joe DeGuardia's Star Boxing is brought to you by The Inn at Fox Hollow, Modell's Sporting Goods, Camelot Specialty Limos, Anti-3 Protect Series, KO5M, PAL Environmental Services, Masterpiece Construction, Power Play International, WBAB, Laborers Local 66, Operating Engineers Local 138, and MagnaCare. From the Paramount Theater in Huntington, Long Island, welcome back to another edition of Joe DeGuardia's Rockin' Fights 22. Hi again, everyone. I'm Randy G, the commish, and tonight we have one heck of a main event for you. Local favorite Cletus Selden, junior welterweight, as he takes on Orlando Vasquez. It's my pleasure to be joined by former heavyweight contender, gentleman Jerry Cooney. And Jerry, a little bit about Orlando Vasquez.
Very durable. He's used to fighting out of town, so he's a strong kid. A win here for him puts him back in the picture, so he's going to be in great shape, and we're expecting a lot out of him tonight.
And, of course, the local hero, Cletus Selden, is going to be in there tonight for the 13th time. Nobody has fought at the Paramount more than Cletus Selden.
And that's right, and Cletus Selden is the next superstar from this town in Long Island, actually, and he's got a big fight tonight. A win here boosts him into the top ratings for a real major fight soon.
We're expecting fireworks tonight. Here we go, Cletus Selden, Orlando Vasquez.
And obviously, Selden is 17-0. He's got a lot of momentum behind him. He's in against a tough kid. 7 losses and 18 victories and 6 KOs. With a lot of experience. Obviously, he's going to be matched up. They're both good bangers. You got to give the nod towards Cletus Selden at this point.
Let's go up to ring announcer David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening and welcome to the Paramount here in Huntington, New York for the Rockin' Fights 22 featured bout of the evening. And at the sound of the bell, your third person in the ring, Sparkle Lee. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the WBC International Silver Junior Welterweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the black with white and red trim. He weighed in at 138.6 pounds. His professional record, 17 victories, 7 defeats, 1 draw, and 11 wins coming by way of knockout. De Bayamón, Puerto Rico, damas y caballeros, presentando Orlando Vasquez. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears the purple with white and silver trim. He weighed in at a ready 138.8 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 17 fights, 17 victories, 14 of them coming by way of knockout. From Shirley, New York, he's ranked number 9 in the world by the WBC. He is the reigning, defending, undefeated WBC International Silver Junior Welterweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cletus, the Hebrew Hammer, Selden.
Well, Randy, he looks ready. Cletus Selden does.
You both already received your instructions. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves.
And I love it. Female referee Sparkle Lee, who I gave her license to some years ago, a retired New York City cop. Here we go, round number 1. And Jerry, the rules quickly: 10-point must system, no 3 knockdown rule, no standing by 8 count. Only the ref or the doctor can stop a fight in the case of an accidental foul. 4 rounds must be in the books, and there's no saving by the bell, including the final round.
And Cletus Selden is wasting no time warming up. He's going right for this guy, Mr. Vasquez.
And Jerry, Cletus with the purple trunks with the white trim on it is a fast starter, tremendous right hand, and a devastating left hook. A very quick starter.
And Vasquez is just moving on his feet, trying to figure him out a little bit, slow him down. He's fighting pretty smart, got his hands up.
Vasquez was on a 3-fight win streak until his very last fight, when he was stopped by a prospect by the name of Stephen Ormond, 19-2, up in Massachusetts.
And Selden is doing what Selden does. He's coming in, working the body, trying to get him to drop them hands down so he can turn it over. And Vasquez is not going for it yet. He's being patient. He's a patient guy.
Now, you heard me mention earlier about some of the injuries that Cletus Selden has suffered. Had surgery on one of his hands, on his shoulder. He has recovered. So say his trainers, and he's looked tremendous in training. Let's see what happens tonight, whether he turns those punches loose, whether he shows that he's unafraid of any more hand injuries, or let's see if he favors either shoulder tonight.
And he's got to watch out, Randy, for the elbows of Vasquez, because Vasquez has got a good defense. He's keeping his body covered up. Listen, you got delicate hands. You got to be careful not to catch those elbows.
Already! Vasquez is hurt. He turned away. He got hurt. I believe it was a left hook sparkly in his face. He's going to make it up. It was in close. A short shot got him. Now let's see if Selden can get him out of there. 45 seconds remain in the opening round. Left hook hurt him. He is not reacting well at all. His hands are down. Jerry, he's wobbled. Down again. Into a neutral corner he goes. The count is 5, 6, and it's 7.
And the fight is over. This is a knockout. First round knockout, Randy. First round knockout.
Jerry,
for Cletus Selden.
He got hurt with the very first hard punch he got hit with, and he never recovered from it. He actually turned away from Cletus Selden. He is not acting well at all. And Jerry, I don't think this guy should, just off what we have seen here, if that's how he's going to react when he gets hit with some shots. No question about it. Vasquez is a tough opponent. And
nice right hand to the body. Right to the head.
That was a right hand to the ear. That's
left uppercut to the body. You're right. Behind the ear.
Right
behind the ear. There
much
it is.
Harder shot than I even thought. It rocked him big time. Watch this.
Here's number 2. Here's number 2 right here. That was a body shot, right?
Okay.
A left hand right to the body.
By the time he got hit with that shot.
Watch the body shot. See
the
that?
Last
right
one,
in the
Jerry.
solar plexus right there. Dropped him down. Could not recover.
Every one was
Very
a
good
hard
knockout.
shot.
Very good knockout.
You know, that's why sometimes you need the replays like that. I didn't even realize how hard that first shot was. We know that Cletus Selden can punch maybe with the best of them in the 140-pound division. But that first right hand, it looked to be right on the ear or just behind the ear. Let's get the official time from David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Sparkle Lee calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes and 43 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by knockout. He's still the WBC International Silver Junior Welterweight Champion from Shirley, New York, Cletus, the Hebrew Hammer Selden.
Jerry, no question about it, he's ready. He's 18-0 right now. 18-0 with 15 knockouts. I'm going to throw a name at you, Adrian Broner.
Well, I would love that fight for him. It's a tough fight.
Oh, I love
Obviously,
it.
Adrian's going to move, but he can bang. He's a great puncher. He comes right at you, does not waste any time, and obviously you saw what he did tonight, so we got some nice stuff ahead with him.
Thank you for watching Joe DeGuardia Star Boxing Rockin' Fights 22 tonight. For Jerry Cooney, I'm Randy Gordon. Good night, everybody.